You know, when I was a teenager, I used to sleep in. My younger son, Jordan, he's 11. He's on spring break right now. That kid can sleep. I mean, I had to wake him up a little while ago. It was 11:30. Hey, man, it's time to get out of bed. It's time to wake up. And he doesn't stay up till all hours of the night. I would imagine he probably fell asleep last night, maybe 11. I mean, it's spring break. That kid can sleep. You know what it probably is? It's that new Sheets and Giggles, that's right. I got new Sheets and Giggles. I got the sheets on my bed, my younger son Jordan's bed, my older son Corey, my man Colin, CEO and founder of Sheets and Giggles, one of our newest sponsors here on ZASLOW Show 2.0. The ZASLOW family, we are now one of the four of the over 100,000 Americans who are sleeping on Sheets and Giggles. The sheets are so soft. The pillowcases, I got a eucalyptus pillow as well. See, that's the best part. Sheets and Giggles, they care about the environment here. We're talking about sustainably made from the wood of eucalyptus trees, grown on sustainably managed biodiverse farms, 96% less water use, 30% less energy use, no pesticides or insecticides, and you can't believe how soft these sheets are. And the comforter, I love the comforter. It's all breathable. Like, I'm still cool, but I'm not cold, and I feel good, and I can sleep nice. And the eucalyptus pillow, it's perfect for propping up my head just a little bit so I could see the television. I don't need a bunch of pillows to make sure that I could see when I'm lying down. Sheets and Giggles, I'm so thrilled that they're one of our new sponsors here on ZASLOW Show 2.0. I can't believe the reaction I got when I announced that Sheets and Giggles is on this show. You guys love Sheets and Giggles. If you haven't picked up your sheets or a eucalyptus mattress, eucalyptus pillow, sheetsgiggles.com, sheetsgiggles.com/ZASLOW, and use ZASLOW as your promo code for your first order. Boom, 20% off. Yeah, thank Colin for that. CEO and founder of Sheets and Giggles. He wants you guys to be comfortable. We all want to be able to sleep in till after 11, like my younger son. I'm telling you, it's these sheets. Sheets and Giggles, I love you guys. I'm so glad you're on board. And make sure when you wash them, you delicate wash, all right? Low heat tumble dry. You want to make sure we keep the sheets in good condition. Sheets and Giggles, newest sponsor, ZASLOW Show 2.0. Sheetsgiggles.com, sheetsgiggles.com/ZASLOW. Let's get to big movie or not a big movie. You know the way it works here. Now, I already told you, there's so much going on this weekend in regards to the big games. But you may be saying, look, ZASLOW, I got to mix in a little bit of family time here. And I would say, you know what? I get it. I understand. So I'm going to tell you if it's a big movie or if it's not a big movie. I got a few here for you. First up, this movie is called Murder Mystery Part 2. It's rated PG-13. It's a comedy/mystery thriller. It's got suggestive material. It's got bloody images, strong language, smoking, violence. It's out today. It's in theaters today. It starts streaming next week. It stars Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston. Do I need to tell you any more? That's a duo right there. Here's what the movie's about. Now, full-time detectives struggling to get their private eye agency off the ground, Nick and Audrey Spitz find themselves at the center of an international abduction when their friend Maharaja is kidnapped at his own lavish wedding. Wow, what a plot. Murder Mystery 2. Rotten Tomatoes does not have a score yet. No scores yet. That's not normally a good sign that they haven't released it early for some critics. Nonetheless, I saw the original Murder Mystery. That movie was fun. Murder Mystery 2, I'm going big movie. I'm not going to go to the theaters for it. I'll wait till next week. I'll watch it streaming with my wife. We'll laugh our asses off. She loves Adam Sandler. And by the way, Jennifer Aniston, fine. I brought fine back. All right, next up. A Good Person. This movie is rated R. It's a drama. It's got some drug abuse, some sexual references. It's got some language throughout. It's directed by Zach Braff, actually. It's out theaters today. It stars Florence Pugh. She's new Black Widow. I love her. Morgan Freeman. Molly Shannon. Okay, I see you. Here's what it's about. Daniel is brought together with Allison, the once thriving young woman with a bright future who was involved in an unimaginable tragedy that took his daughter's life. Wow. As grief-stricken Daniel navigates raising his teenage granddaughter and Allison seeks redemption, they discover that friendship, forgiveness, and hope can flourish in unlikely places. Wow, this is a very deep movie. Rotten Tomatoes media score, 62%. No audience score yet. I'm gonna go big movie. I think this sounds like a very good movie, and I like Florence Pugh. I can imagine watching this with my wife. And who doesn't love Morgan Freeman? Come on now. So, free Miss O'Clock. All right, I'll go big movie. Big movie or not a big movie? This one's called Tetris. It's rated R. It's got language. It's out theaters today. It'll start streaming next week. It's a mystery thriller drama. It stars Taron Egerton. He's a great actor. Toby Jones. Here's what we got. Here's what it's about. Tetris tells the unbelievable story of how one of the world's most popular video games found its way to avid players around the globe. Hank Rogers discovers Tetris in 1988 and then risks everything by traveling to the Soviet Union, where he joins forces with inventor Alexei Pajitnov to bring the game to the masses. Based on a true story, Tetris is a Cold War-era thriller on steroids, with double-crossing villains, unlikely heroes, and a nail-biting race to the finish. Rotten Tomatoes media score, 80%. No audience score yet. I used to love Tetris. This movie sounds awesome. I'm going big movie. I got one more for you here. Big movie or not a big movie? This one is called John Wick Chapter 4. It's rated R. It's in theaters today. It's an action movie. It's got some language and pervasive strong violence. It's starring Keanu Reeves, Bill Skarsgård, Lawrence Fishburne. Here's what it's about. John Wick uncovers a path to defeating the High Table. But before he can earn his freedom, Wick must face off against a new enemy with powerful alliances across the globe and forces that turn old friends into foes. The Rotten Tomatoes media score, a certified fresh 95%. Rotten Tomatoes audience score, 96%. You don't need me to tell you, you already know. John Wick Chapter 4, that's a big movie. This might be the greatest action series of all time. Every movie gets better and better. You take it for what it's worth. It's got some crazy shit in it, but these movies are highly entertaining, and Keanu Reeves, one of the all-time likable good guys in Hollywood. John Wick Chapter 4, that's a big movie. And that right there is another edition of Big Movie or Not a Big Movie. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Wow, what a show we're putting together today. Now, it's the weekend. That's why we gave you the big games. We also gave you the big movies. But you got to make sure you got food for your family. Broward Meat and Fish. That's one of our newest sponsors here on ZASLOW Show 2.0. If you love good food, if you need food to prep, you're in for a treat right now. We all want the best quality food when prepping our next meal. That's why I send you to Broward Meat and Fish, your one-stop shop for fresh meat, seafood, produce, a full selection of groceries. You're going to do your entire shop at Broward Meat and Fish. Frozen foods, freshly prepared hot food, deli meats and cheeses, wine, so much more. I was at the grand opening. They got a new one in Margate. I was there with my man Juan, repping Johnny Cuba. You could pick up that Johnny Cuba Picante hot sauce made with the finest Jamaican peppers that you guys keep asking me about. Broward Meat and Fish. You can go pick it up there. Here's what I love about Broward Meat and Fish. It's not just meat and fish. It's a massive supermarket. But the butchers and the fishmongers there at the full-service meat and seafood counters, they're going to prepare your cut exactly the way you want it. Freshest flavor and quality. And here's also what I love so much about Broward Meat and Fish. And I got this sense right when I walked in for the first time. They've specialized in serving the Caribbean and Latin community in South Florida for almost 30 years. They have all the products that remind us of where we came from. All kinds of international brands. Jamaica, Haiti, Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, Peru. You're getting the flavor that you love at Broward Meat and Fish. Find the location nearest you. I got one right here close to me in Pembroke Pines. BrowardMeatandFish.com. Whew. All right, man. So, a lot of action this weekend. As far as the tournament, we got the Canes this afternoon. Lady Canes are coming up. Hurricanes tonight. We got soccer tomorrow night with Inter Miami. We got a big Heat game tomorrow night. The Panthers, almost a must-win game. They got lucky last night with the Penguins' loss in Dallas, but the Panthers, very tough game. Got to bounce back against the Rangers tomorrow. There is so much happening here. So that leaves just one more thing, right? There's only one more thing we got to get to. Wow, how about this, by the way? I'm looking right now on television. Cameron Boozer, Columbus High. You guys know he's a Columbus. National Basketball Player of the Year. ESPN.com #1 recruit in the class of 25. Cameron Boozer, National High School Player of the Year. That's awesome. Congrats to the Boozer family there. Carlos Boozer, of course. Cameron Boozer, Columbus High, killing it. Killing it this year, high school basketball. That's really cool. All right, but you guys know what time it is. Gotta let you know. Is it a big deal or is it not a big deal? And big deal or not a big deal, always brought to us by Water Cleanup of Florida. If you're dealing with water, mold, or fire damage in your home or business, maybe you're not sure, you don't know if it's a big deal, if it's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't know either, but if you call Water Cleanup of Florida, they're going to tell you. They're going to figure it out for you. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call or text Water Cleanup of Florida anytime. 954-900-8635. That's 954-900-8635. Water Cleanup of Florida. They're going to let you know if it's a big deal or if it's not a big deal. Big deal or not a big deal. Here's what I got for you today to wrap up the week. First up, Ezekiel Elliott, former Cowboys running back. He's looking to pick a new team by next week. He's narrowed it down to the Bengals, the Eagles, and the Jets. Here's my question. Do those teams want him? Like, he's not very good anymore. And I haven't seen that those teams are interested in him. I've seen that he's interested in them. So I'm going not a big deal, Ezekiel Elliott, who he's going to choose next week. Big deal or not a big deal? So LeBron James. LeBron James has been out since early this month. I think it was the 5th, March 5th. And there was a report yesterday from a few reporters that LeBron, he's back to working on the court, he's doing some drills, blah, blah, blah. He's hoping to be able to get back by the last few games of the season and all that. So LeBron tweets out yesterday in response to those reports, there wasn't an evaluation today, and there hasn't been any target date for my return. I'm just working around the clock every day, 3 times a day, to give myself the best chance of coming back full strength whenever that is. God bless you all sources. I speak for myself. All right. This is not a big deal. This is an overreaction by LeBron. I don't know what the hell he's upset about. Unless he's mad that there are sources inside the Lakers who are talking about his rehab process. Like, the NBA player, it's such an NBA player thing. The NBA player loves blaming media. If LeBron's got a problem here, it's that he's got a leaky franchise. They love blabbing. They love talking. This kind of shit doesn't get out in the heat. So, LeBron, if you're upset with someone, go talk to the Lakers. So I'm going not a big deal. Major overreaction. Big deal or not a big deal? Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone. He spoke yesterday talking about, you got Nikola Jokic, who's trying to get his 3rd consecutive MVP award, but the talk surrounding the MVP race, it's grown a little bit toxic for Michael Malone's taste.
And I think this year, compared to the last 2 years, I think this year, unfortunately, is just taken a really ugly, nasty turn in the MVP conversation. And I think it's really turned a lot of people off, including him. And what's happening now is there's so many guys that could win the MVP this year. Great candidates. Joel Embiid is a great candidate. Luka Doncic is a great candidate. Jason Tatum, whoever you want to put in that mix, like those are all deserving. But what happens in today's society is that everybody, it's like when I was a college coach, all the negative recruiting, it's not promoting my guy, it's ripping down every other guy. And that's just ridiculous. This game is, as Adam Silver told us at the All-Star break, the game is in a great spot. The league's in a great spot. We have great players. Celebrate them. Don't criticize. Don't tear them down. Build them all up. And whoever wins it, good for them. And that's one thing that's been really disappointing this year with the whole MVP conversation and all the hot takes. It's really just gotten ugly and nasty, and I really don't care for it.
You know, he's right for the most part. It's very much like negative recruiting. So I'm going to go big deal. Hard to disagree, really, with anything that Michael Malone said there. Finally, big deal or not a big deal. If you have Showtime, and I don't have Showtime, but I get it, like, seasonally because of shows like this. Yellow Jackets is back. Yellow Jackets Season 2 premiere right now streaming on Showtime. It's going to premiere tonight. I love that show. This is a big deal. The girls, they're a teenage soccer team in the 90s, high school. Their plane crashes on like this island and they have to fend for themselves. So it's not just them trying to survive. And it flashes back and forth between timelines. The teenage girls on the island and the ones that survive in real time. But there's a little bit of a lost element to it where there's some weird shit that's going on this island. Like supernatural type stuff. I love this show. Juliette Lewis is in it. Christina Ricci's in it. This is I can't wait to watch this tonight. Yellow Jackets Season 2 premiere. That's a big deal. And that right there is another edition. A big deal or not a big deal. And of course, let water clean up a floor to tell you if what you got going on is a big deal or not a big deal. 954-900-8635. Wow, what a show today. Excellent job by everybody involved. Hey, make sure you listen to It's Still Real to Me. That'll drop newest episode this weekend. We're on the road to WrestleMania. One more week until WrestleMania. That's next weekend. So we got a lot to cover. We'll talk a lot about WrestleMania on the show this weekend for sure. Huge week for WWE, obviously. And tonight, I'll post the last half of the Sweet 16 brackets in our It's Still Real to Me Ultimate WrestleMania Moment Bracket Challenge. You guys have been great voting on my Twitter feed at ZASLOW Show. I'm going to post the rest of the Sweet 16 tonight, and we'll get that ball rolling. All right. Thanks to everybody who listened to the show today. Love that we made it through the week together. Talk to you on ZASLOW Show 2.0 on Monday. You know what that means.